Hello, hello! My name is Elizabeth, this is Frizzy Lizzie Stitches, and this is Flosstube number 49. Okay, so today is July the 18th, 2023. No, it's not. It's August the 18th, 2023. Anyway, it's been like 3 weeks since my last update, which is a week longer than usual. Basically, I didn't film last week because I've had a lot of stuff going on and it just didn't fit into my schedule. So, but here I am, and I actually have more things to show you this time than I would have had to show you last week. So that's all good, because I think last week I literally had maybe one project that I worked on, and now I have like 5 projects to show you, so look at there. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it because I'm running on this energy and I'm just gonna keep flowing and not mess it up. But it is evening. I usually film kind of during the day. I'm very much a get it done early in the day to feel productive, and that means it is meal time, so the animals are probably gonna make some racket, but they're gonna get fed after I film. So anyway, yeah, so the sun is setting, which is kind of gonna give me a time crunch because obviously I will need to finish filming before the sun goes down because that's what I'm using as my light source today. But yes. So like I said, 3 weeks since my last update. What have I been doing in the past 3 weeks? Aside from cross stitching, which I will show you, I've also work has been kind of busy. So usually when I get home from work, I'm just kind of too tired to do anything. I do work a 4-10 shift, so the good side is that I get 3-day weekends every weekend, but the downside is when I get home from work Monday through Thursday, it's really not too much time really to spend with myself, because usually I'm having to deal with you know, walking Wilson, cooking dinner, all those adulting type things. So yeah, so I get a lot of my stitching done on the weekends, which is typical of most people. So I feel like I'm still getting used to living with somebody else and having a dog who wants to go outside. He doesn't need to go to the bathroom. That's his bell to go outside. He's ringing the bell because he wants to eat dinner. But anyway, so yeah, because when I was living by myself, I basically would get home from work at like 5 o'clock. I would like immediately eat dinner, immediately get a shower, and then sit my butt on the couch for 2 hours and watch something while I was stitching. So I basically was getting 2 hours of stitching every day, and that is not my life anymore. So yeah, just learning how to adapt to that and being okay with the stitchy time that I do get. So yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I have like 5 projects to show you. One of them is a brand new pattern release. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know what it is. But yeah, so I'm really excited to share that with you all. And yeah, so I think we should just get into the stitching. Okay, so I don't really have like a true order of when I did things, but I'm gonna try my best. So the first project that I'm going to show you is one that I actually forgot that I had progress since my last update. And that's Frankenscat by Lindy Stitches. I actually have the chart with me right now. Oh, okay, there we go. So it's this one right here. And this is what it would have looked like in my last video that I showed you. And this is what it looks like now. So I basically gave him some feet and started on the base of his tail. My motivation to work on this was that it was a WIPGO goal. This was WIPGO goal number 22, and obviously I had not finished it until this, but it was to work on it for 5 days. So I think when I showed it to you my last update, I think I may have worked on it for 2 or 3 days. So yeah, just put a little more progress into it. And there is the other block. This is on my WIPGO twice, and the other WIPGO goal has been called, but I'm not prioritizing it because I have lots of WIPGO calls or whip goals that have been called that I haven't completed. So this is kind of at the bottom of that list because I kind of want to bring this out closer to fall and Halloween time since it is a Halloween piece. But I guess project details. This is 32 count linen and by Fiber on a Whim, and the color is called Lipstick, and it is an older dye lot, so if you get a new cut of lipstick it will be more red, but this worked perfect because it's not the called for fabric, but it looks really close to the called for fabric. So yeah, anyway, that's Frankenscat by Lindy Stitches. I feel like a bundle of energy right now because I've had like half a cocktail and I was watching Cam, the stitcher, as I was getting ready to film because I had needed to like do my hair and gather all of my things. So yeah, I'm just like running on some happy energy right now. Alright, so the next project I have to show you is Alice in Wonderland by Satsuma Street. It is going to look like this. And this is what it would have looked like last time I showed it to you. And this is what it looks like now. So I have this on my WhipGo board 4 times. I've already completed 3 of those calls now. So call number 1 was to do the Queen of Hearts block. Call number 2 was to do the Caterpillar block. Call number 3 was to finish the border. And then call number 4, which has not been called yet, is to do these little triangle pieces, which are going to look like this right here. So this is my oldest whip, not counting my full coverage piece. And I started it in January of 2021. So I'm hoping to have it finished this year. But yeah, so let's see. It was WhipGo call number 9. That the border was. I had to alter my WhipGo board a little bit because I originally had said do the border around the Queen of Hearts, like including like that would have included this triangle and like half of this one, and then the other WhipGo call would have been the border around the Caterpillar, which would have been the other half of this triangle and this triangle, but I kind of changed it to just be the border and then the triangle pieces because I think just the way I like to stitch, that was a lot easier on me because I was able to just kind of stitch this border without really having to look at the pattern, and I only was using like 3 colors of floss, black, white, and red. So that was really nice. But so I actually, while I was working on this, I was watching a TV show on Amazon Prime called Happy Shiny People, which is a documentary series about the Duggar family, and it's a mini series, so it's only like 4 episodes, but it was really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because I used to watch like 18 Kids and Counting or whatever it was, like, I don't know, I guess I was like in middle school, high school when those were coming out. So anyway, it was a very interesting docu-series, and if you watched that show or have any interest in just, I guess, like different types of like extreme religions, then you should check it out. So anyway. So yeah, I'm really excited that this is getting so close to a finish because it definitely, like, I still love it and I still think it's really cute, but like the way I pick my stitchy projects now is kind of like, would I hang this in my house? And like, obviously, I feel like this is something that I'm going to end up saving for hopefully a future child and can like hang it in their bedroom or something, because it's not something that I'm going to be like hanging in the living room or hanging in my bedroom, you know. Okay, so the next project I have to show you is Love Boat Sampler by Ardith Designs. It's going to look like this, and this is what it would look like last time I showed you. And this is what mine looks like now. I always have a problem with, if I get too close, the color kind of washes out on this one. But the fabric is so pretty. So I'm stitching mine on 36 count linen from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers called Summer Soiree. And I'm stitching 2/2 with my own personal color and cotton conversion. The called for floss for this project is color and cotton, but I only had like 3 of the called for colors, so the rest of them I kind of just pulled from what I had collected with my Color and Cotton Floss of the Month Club. And the only colors that I'm using that are not Color and Cotton are any DMC that I used because I didn't have a Color and Cotton close enough, and the blue. I'm using a Forbidden Fiber. So let's see. This is my floss ring. I actually have lots of blues on here because if you've been following me, you will know that I was struggling with finding the right shades of blue for this project, but I am using these two right here. I think it's called Steel Blue is the light one and Sapphire is the dark one. So, and then I just have like some DMC and then some Color and Cotton in there. So that's what that looks like. If you're interested in my color conversion that I'm using, it will be linked in a Google Doc in the description box. So this is a stitch along that I'm doing with my friends Elizabeth from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch and Shiloh from XStitchMD. I don't know why I just called you Elizabeth. I always call you Liz. But anyway, yes. So I started this project with them when I was at Stitch North in April. So, and Liz like almost has hers done. So I'm kind of jealous. But anyway. This I also put on my WhipGo board because there was a project that I took off of it. So this was something that I put in place. And it was to do 500 stitches, and so that was, for me, that was WhipGo number 24. So I got to complete that and check that off too, which is really nice. I feel like my back on this one looks really neat too. Not that it matters if your back is neat, but I personally have a little touch of OCD. So, oh yeah, and I wanted to mention, so this project has lots of color changes because of all the cute little motifs and stuff. So I've actually been using this little thread bed from Sheba Designs as like a needle book of sorts. So I just keep the color, like if there's still a lot of color left, or a lot of floss left of that color, I will leave it on the needle and just like thread it in here, so that I don't have to keep rethreading my needle over and over again. And then this is just a needle that I had extra that I didn't have threaded up or anything. But yeah, that's been super handy. And the colors in here are easy to distinguish from each other, so it doesn't bother me that they're not like labeled what color they are, because it's pretty easy to tell. Okay, so this one is still in the Q-Snap, but it is Haunted Library by Lola Cross Stitch, and this is on my WhipGo board, which is kind of the motivation for all of these projects. But I guess this is what Haunted Library is going to look like, and this is where I was last time I showed it to you, and this is what it looks like now. So the call that I got on WhipGo was to do chapter 9, which is like Ghost of Books Yet to Read or something like that. So I basically have put in this ghost. Obviously he's not done, but what's going to make this WhipGo call complete for me is to finish this ghost, and then there's like a little tombstone here with like some books next to it and like a bat or something. So I will have to finish the ghost and finish the little tombstone. But I also am going to try to put in some stitches on the staircase over here, because I did that on the side that you can't see right now because it's covered up, when I did the call that was over here. So anyway, so I have 2 active Lola Crow large sals going on right now. Yeah, so anyway, the WhipGo has been pretty good for me lately because I feel like it's helped me not have to think about what to stitch on. I just kind of, because I have so many calls that are, or I have so many goals that have been called that I haven't done yet, so I basically will just have to pick from 5 things rather than like 13 things, because I think that's how many whips I have now. So yeah, but anyway, this is 36 count Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers linen in the color Queen Crepe Myrtle, and I'm stitching 2/2 with all the DMC that is called for. And also, this is an 11 by 8 Q-snap, which you basically just take an 8 by 8 and 11 by 11 and kind of mix the parts together. But I really enjoy this because I like the size of the 8 by 8 for holding and everything, but I like that it's 11 inches across because then I just have more space to work with and I don't have to move the Q-snap as much. So if you have an 8 by 8 and 11 by 11, you should try mixing them together because it is a very nice size. So. All right. Okay, so here comes the really exciting part. I have a pattern release, as I hinted earlier, and like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what it is. But I, like many other people who have seen the Barbie movie, was very obsessed with the Barbie movie, and still am, and especially obsessed with the song I'm Just Ken from the Barbie album, and that basically has been what I've been listening to the past few weeks. So I really wanted to make a cross-stitch design inspired by that song, specifically the line in the bridge that says that he's enough and he's great at doing stuff. And so yeah, so this is, well, I guess this is what my design is, and then this is what I have done so far. So I have not finished it. I was too excited to release the pattern to finish my mock-up or my model, so I just went ahead and released it, even though I'm not done with my model. But yeah, I'm so excited about it. If you like this pattern, you can get it on, I have a Gumroad page, and I also started an Etsy store. So both of my patterns, Meet Me at Midnight and I'm Just Ken, will both be available on my Gumroad and my Etsy store. They will be linked in the description box below. You can use whichever platform you feel more comfortable with. I just wanted to have kind of wide options for people to find and purchase the pattern. So yeah. Anyway, I'm stitching my model on 32 count Lugana from Picture This Plus called Mercedes, and I am stitching 2/1 tent stitch, just because I wanted it to be small enough to fit in like a standard size frame. I think it's going to end up fitting in like a 5x7, but yeah, I think it's like 141 tall by like 104 wide or something like that. So yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, and he looks so cute. So yeah, anyway, again, I've been jumping all over the place. I don't know where I've put the pattern. Hopefully I won't make that too hard on myself to edit. But yes, so I'm super excited. If you also love the Barbie movie or know somebody who loved the Barbie movie and would like to have this stitched up, you can get the pattern from my online stores. And then it's completely stitched in DMC, and since I have everything out here, I might as well show you the color palette that I've got going on here. So it's very pastel, which I really like, and you definitely can, there's definitely room to like play around with some of these colors and switch them up if you want, but yeah. Ooh. But there we go. Yeah, it's super pastel, super cute. I love it. I think it's great. Obviously, I'm great at doing stuff. All right, so that's all I had to show you today. I want to talk briefly about plans, mainly that I don't have plans. My life has been super occupied with non-stitchy things. I am getting married in October, so there's lots of wedding planning to be wrapping up and things like that. I actually picked up my dress today from being altered, so I'm glad that I finally have it back in my hands and it doesn't have to go anywhere else. And I got the invitation sent out last weekend, starting to get some RSVPs in, so things are going. I have a meeting with my florist this week, but yeah, so that's kind of consuming a lot of my life. It basically feels like a second job. And then obviously I have my main job, which is how I fund my cross-stitch hobby. And yeah, so don't be surprised if I don't show up every 2 weeks, basically for the rest of the year, just because I'm living a life over here, and Flosstube will happen when it happens, basically. But I do appreciate your support every time you watch my video or like an Instagram post or go buy a pattern or like a pattern. It means a lot to me, and I really love this community that we have here because it's really special, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. So aside from that, I have a few more WhipGo goals that are open. I'm just gonna keep working on those at a snail's pace, basically. And I do need to get my Quaker Garden stitched up because that's the round robin that I'm doing with my friends, and we're trying to send those out, I think, like early September. So I need to get my part finished so that I can get that in the mail. And yeah, my next video is gonna be my 50th Flosstube episode. So that's kind of wild. I just can't even really believe that, honestly. I feel like I haven't been doing this for that long. But yeah, so that's gonna be crazy. I don't have any really things special planned, like no new start or anything like that. But it might be fun to do like a Q&A or something. So if you would be interested in doing like a Q&A for my 50th Flosstube episode, you can leave a comment down below with whatever question you'd want to ask. And I'll kind of just do a big Q&A, ask me anything thing for my 50th, I guess. That might be fun. And that also depends on if you actually have questions. I don't know. I feel like I share a lot of information, so maybe you don't have any questions. But yeah. Okay, and then one thing I also wanted to say is that, just I guess for myself too, is used to I would film my episode and edit and upload all in the same day. And I just really can't do that anymore, especially with all the stuff I have going on. So my new plan is to film on Fridays and edit on Saturdays. So the weekends that you do see a video from me, it will probably be on Saturday, and it will have been filmed the day before. So not that that really matters to many of you, but I figured I would just say it just to, I don't know, I feel like me saying that out loud helps me like accept that it's okay to not film and edit and upload all on the same day. But yeah. Okay, well, I think that's actually all I had today. I am just gonna go relax. This video will get edited tomorrow. Hopefully it's not too crazy. I feel like I've been like a little scattered brain chipmunk, but we'll see. So yeah, anyway, I hope you all have a great stitchy evening, day, night, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye!